What is going on YouTube? My name's Brett. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have a very special video. We're going to Edmonton to a convention. It's called the Northern Bricks. I believe it's called the Moon and Back. This is their second convention they've had so far. Last year was their first time. I missed out on that one, but we're going today. I'm super excited to bring you guys along with this journey. Let's go ahead and get into that convention and see what kind of Lego mocs they've got. They've got these really cool signs, Northern Bricks. That's where we're going. Help direct you to the convention. I like that they have signs posted. It's a big park area they have here. I think it's a community hall that we're going to. That is it right there, that big giant hall. That's where we're going. This is it. You know, somebody showed up looking classy. Look at that car. Wow. Ain't that a hot rod to pull up to the convention with? This is so cool. Oh, it's gonna be everything Lego. Look at that. Right on the front there. There's Lego. Who would have thought? This is crazy. There is a ton of mocs at this convention today. In front of me here, I have the first mock that I took a look at. This mock is called the Hangar Bay 327. This is a Lego Star Wars replica of the New Hope Hangar Bay by the creator Dion. Now this base is such a cool mock. There's so much going on here. I wanted to take a look in that little corner there. Lots of minifigures doing their thing. There's a bit of a battle and a situation happening there. But this mock has a lot of detail. We've got some light up bricks. There's a little Jedi fight right there. I try to kind of peek the camera over. That's happening in the hall. Super cool that the lightsabers are lit up as well. I think it kind of helps brighten up that darker little corner. I took a quick sidestep over to the right side, and there is minifigures, like little scenes going on. This is right from the movie, that swamp scene when they're getting squashed together there with the poles. I thought that was a super cool detail. Kind of jumping over to the left side here, there's some more little mini scenes going on at the bottom. I think it's just like cool little Easter eggs. Wild detail putting in here. As you can see a little bit on the top there too, there was light up bricks for the Falcon, which is cool. And there was a spaceship just on the left side there. That was like a total random hidden Easter egg that I don't think is Star Wars. I'm pretty sure that is just a space dude hanging out. Next up, we have a Thomas and Friends actual train ride that's moving. This was created by Taylor and Andre. Very cool set. I just thought it was awesome that it's motorized and moving, and it's Thomas the Train Engine. I mean, if you remember as a kid, growing up, at least in the early 2000s, Thomas the Train Engine was everywhere. So to see this, I was pretty surprised, and I thought that honestly kids would probably find this pretty cool as well. And they just go around in a little circle, but still a nicely detailed mock with the train station on top. I thought that was a cool addition, and then they get to go underneath the bridge. So yeah, there's these little postcards in front of each mock that give you the name, a little description of the mock, as well as the creators. So that's what I'm going off of. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to properly film all of the mocks and names. This table here had a ton of Lego castle and medieval theme stuff. So many cool sets here, really highly detailed castles. Moving to this one here with the dragon, I did get the name of it. It was the Dragon's Hunt, created by Mike. This one really caught my eye. I loved the tiny buildings. They had a lot of detail, and then all the plantation that was around it was really cool, like all the green pieces. This right here is also really awesome. This bridge, you've got these warriors all going to fight this big enemy, the eyeball. You got the purple eyeball, and you got the dragon itself. I'm assuming the eyeball is defending the dragon, trying to help his homie out. Yeah, I love this set. So much cool stuff going on. There's a little postcard describing the set. Again, so much to explain, so much to look at and kind of process with these sets. Next to it was the Castle Crochet. This was created by Phoebe. I'm hoping that I pronounced the person's name correctly. I think this is an awesome castle that is mainly themed off of being pink. I always wondered what a pink castle would look like, and I'm surprised by how well it turned out. I think using the bricks of white and gray to kind of blend and mesh in with the pink helped separate it from just being a one color piece. It looks so detailed and so cool looking, same as that ice castle that they had there. This is another cool set here too. Next to it, we had some trains moving around on some tracks. I thought that was really awesome. So much creativity in these sets. People have also put usually tens and tens of hours, thousands and thousands of pieces and time into all of this to make it work. That was a really cool crane piece I thought there, and I do believe it's modular and moves with a remote, which is crazy. We've got a record player here. Walking down this table, there was a ton of just different types of pieces. On the right here, we mostly have buildings and modulars. Some of them were more just basic ones, and I thought they were cool. But as we make our way down the line, there's some that actually are historical built buildings, and that really blew my mind. I was like, wow, not something I really thought Lego or people that have Lego would do, but I also realized just how much it can also keep and preserve our history. Here's one called the Burnside Ranch House. This was, I believe, made by the same creator as the next one we're about to see, Mary. Really cool house, pretty accurate, I do believe, like scaled, and they got the minifigs, that house. It's got a whole little blurb of its history on that postcard there for you to read. This is great for kids. If kids aren't really huge into like history, but you're trying to get them to work on their learning skills, what a great way than doing it with Lego toys. Here is one, it's called the Wayne Wright Hotel, created by the same person, Mary. They've got a little post-it there of all the history. This is a really cool looking hotel. What an awesome way to show it off. Bring back some old history of specifically Edmonton like crazy. Awesome. I thought that was beautiful, and many people maybe didn't even really realize to read the postcards. There is also the post office, which took apparently 8 full hours to build, which I thought was really cool. And there's the post office hidden in the corner there. Super OG, super cool looking. Yeah, these 3 sets right here, I thought were just like, whoa. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, of course, I'm not from Edmonton, so history to me. This mock here had its own backdrop. I thought it was so cool. This mock also has a ton of creators, including Sam, Ali, Nick, Marshall, and Michael. I was very surprised by how many creators have collaborated to make this really cool mock. Lots going on in this mock. I love the roof pieces on that building right there, how they're like those tile shingles. Super cool looking, like those clay ones. Yeah, cool. I like the green stuff on the side of that building there. You've got your streets and your cars. You got people on vacation. You got some games going on, sports. We've got some bigger buildings as well. This is coming from the right side of the mock, looking to the left. I really like the taller high rises in the back there. At the very front, you see we've got all of that blue water. We've got some people surfing, some boaters. We even have a nice little boat launch. I believe that's a plane there too. Cool, yeah, this is a lot going on with this mock. Some really cool different stuff. You've even got maybe a shark chasing a boat there in the water to the left. There's a little postcard giving the information of this awesome mock. Again, that's the only mock I'm pretty sure that had a backdrop, and I'm like, you know what? The backdrop actually kind of makes the mock cooler. Not gonna lie, I thought it just blends it. It's got good colorways. Those high rises on the left there, so cool looking. Yeah, and then it even drops like a floor level, and I think so that's like sea level. You've just got sea animals at the very front of the mock. Looking on the left side here, this is a better look into those buildings. I really like the glass pieces and how that left building looks and how it's layered like an office building. Up next, we've got a space station. This one's called the Big Yellow Moon Base, and it was created by someone named Colin. Very cool looking base. I love the ships, specifically the one on the left there. I just like the little wings that it's got going, the power. We've got some cool minifigs, some alien looking minifigs here. Obviously, most of these guys I assume are like workers getting ready for either battle or just, filling those machines up with the alien juice that they use, the aliens world's Red Bull. Whatever they drink, that'd be like our Red Bull equivalent. I assume that's what they just be packing in these ships. This set is called the Imperial Mining Outpost, created by Nathan, someone who says that they often were in the mines working. So this is a mixture of mining equipment and Star Wars ships. I think it's a really cool looking set. A lot of creativity went into this one, and obviously some personal experience as well, which is really cool. So yeah, 10 out of 10 set on that one. Next up, we've got this giant ship. This ship's called the SES Leviathan of Glory, created by Rural Bricks. Pretty cool looking set. I like that the name of the ship is also written out in bricks on the side of it. Not easy to do that. This creator also made that small fleet, Republic fleet. But yeah, look at that. All the letters are on it. Makes it look even cooler that way. Awesome big ship. There's definitely a couple thousand pieces to make that bad boy. Definitely could not have been easy. This is a set from the TV show The Last of Us, created by Noah. What perfect timing. Right now, we've actually got the second season airing on HBO. It might have just finished, but this set in particular is a really cool looking set. Obviously, those figs for the zombies are not official, but I think they did a really awesome job of portraying the heads and how they look. Super cool looking open world. I like that we're able to peek into the different levels of the map because they don't have the wall finished. So much green life growing into this building like it does in the game. Oh, gave me great memories of the first game. I absolutely love the first game. I think that's Joel right there. Yeah, that looks like Joel, and the other girl, I forget her name. Ellie? Yeah, my bad. Look at that. Such a cool set. The bricks too, poking out of the buildings. This is a highly detailed set. Very tight and small too. I think for the space that they have used, they've used it just perfectly. Look at that, all the greens growing. It honestly is a great depiction of one scene from the video game specifically, because there's just so much plant life, so much different stuff growing. Next up, we've got All Hail the Space Kitty, created by Chris. Cool set. The only thing I wanted to really say is I couldn't find like Hello Kitty. I don't know. Is she supposed to be like in the temple there? I couldn't figure it out. Very colorful, beautiful looking set. I've never seen this type of like colorway used to make something so pretty looking. But yeah, I couldn't find Hello Kitty. I was like, where are you at? Where are you? It's supposed to be a Hello Kitty place that they're hailing for, but I don't know where she at. Next to it is, I believe this is created by someone named Anthony. I couldn't quite get the information off the card because it's a little blurry. But what a cool little train track space station going on here. I think they're just like extracting minerals. Next to it, we've got all of those Batman vehicles from the different generations, from dating all the way back to 1940, like the original black and white one. You've got the 1966 TV show one. You've got the Michael Keaton movies. You've got the Christian Bale, sorry. You've got Ben Affleck, I believe, too. On the top shelf, there's some really small mocs I wanted to talk about. In front of us, we have the Five Nights at Freddy's Foxy, created by Brennan. This is a game-accurate model I thought was awesome. Next to him is a Crash Bandicoot created by Samuel. How cool is that? Crash Bandicoot getting some love. He's in my heart forever. I played the games on PS2 when I was younger, so to see that I thought was incredible. Walking over here too, looking to our left, we've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the Batverse Batman one. They've even got the actual Blu-ray movie next to it. And those are buildables, not minifigures. I thought that was a cool little set piece there, doing that movie scene. Great movie, by the way. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It's an awesome movie. Cool to see, once again, showing some homage properly to some smaller kind of IP stuff. This right here is an awesome build. It's called Marvel vs. DC Chess, created by Ray, who also did the Batman vs. TMNT. This mock is a wild one. I mean, obviously you've got like all the hitters from Marvel, all the hitters from DC as chess pieces. The one thing that I like honestly wanted to do the most was play an actual game of chess with the characters. So cool. Look at that. And then we're on to the DC side here. So many cool minifigures, awesome names. We've even got, I believe that's Batman's vehicle there too as one of the pieces. And then underneath, what do we have? Marvel versus DC mini board chess game. So I don't know if maybe when they move a piece, the pieces above them move, and that's what's going on here. We got some like
monster capsules, kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh stuff going on, you know what I mean? But it is light up bricks underneath, which is A-okay with me. I thought that was so cool. Walking over to a different table now, this castle in the corner was like a crazy build. I missed the little piece of paper with the name on it, unfortunately. But look at these little minifigs they had. Little knights in the castle courtyard. Such a cool looking set there. I thought that was awesome build there. Give me some Hogwarts kind of vibes. Next to it, we've got this open space, wide open space with some castle stuff. The greens are just crazy looking. Then you got bridges to go over it, kind of made like a homemade swamp. To the left of that is a crazy Lord of the Rings. This was called Moria, Lord of the Rings, created by Nico. Awesome, awesome set. This is actually a little movie scene piece. We've got Gollum. I had to zoom in on him. I was like, that's my guy. I know him. I'm like, sometimes the Lord of the Rings lore goes over my head, but Gollum, I got him under wraps. I remember Gollum. Cool set piece though. The mountainside there is so detailed. All those different side pieces added different edges. Epic. And then obviously the name Lord of the Rings was really cool looking too. To the left of it, we've got a set named Lion King's Castle, created by Dave. Dave, bro, you've got a crazy medieval knight collection. This is a highly detailed set piece with a smaller little area. I love all of the walls. It's kind of like Attack on Titan style. We've got big high walls going around the entire base with some towers to protect, but all the people inside, there's so many people inside there. Look at that army. Like, whoa. That could not have been easy getting all those figures together. Definitely could have taken some serious time. But these are sets that I'm expecting to see at the convention. Awesome medieval stuff. You're not seeing too much of this online. I know people like medieval, but like not like that though. Like Dave's a diehard fan of the medieval stuff. Like that was so cool. Some smaller sets and mocs on the left here as I start to walk away. Still really cool stuff. Wow, loved all of these creations. I love that some people can have a tiny little mock with some very high detail, and then some people can have a giant mock it's more simple but still complex in its own right. The mock on the corner of this table was called Control Central Executive, created by Marshall. This is based off of the game Control 2019. It was released. I think this is super cool. I actually Googled the set piece that he based this also off of. It's a very detailed area in the game that you play on. Very cool section. He's even got the minifigs there. I thought it was awesome that when you're looking at the left side there, you can see everything on the inside, but when you zoom out and you look up, it's actually a very closed off mock. When you look to the right side there, you can't see a whole lot. You've got the walls and the roof kind of blocking everything. Very creative. This was the table just directly behind all that stuff there that we were looking at. This is so cool. Mostly artwork. We had a nice little headpiece mock there. But yeah, wall art, something that I never really thought people were big into. I know that some people are good at it. Obviously looking right here, that spider is awfully accurate looking. This is a really cool one, spaceship, kind of looking at Transformers from the 80s kind of build, but super highly detailed once again. I like these little micro mini builds of like the snowman, cute little duck, and then coming off to the left here, I was shell shocked. I'm like, hold up a minute. There's clothes? Like you can make Lego into clothing and actually like, it's wearable. Like obviously it's not the most comfortable or the most practical clothing, but it exists. Really cool. We have now entered a side room that had more mocks. Right in front of us, this is the Black Taj Mahal mock. Pretty cool looking set. I didn't spend enough time to look at it to really understand what was going on. I just knew it was like a historical mock that is real. And I'm like, that's cool, nice. Because I got distracted by these little mud guys. I'm like, those guys are so cool looking, trying to take down that little robot miner. I was really impressed by the small set on the left here that we're about to take a look at. It's called the Island Acropolis, created by Jesse. Again, one of these smaller mock sets that was high and rich in detail. I'm obsessed with the Roman stuff and the Greek kind of era of history. So the Roman warriors just caught my eye. But I love the little, I would call it like a gazebo. Maybe it's a temple shrine thing that they're walking out of. But just a cool, awesome little set. It's almost like it's supposed to be right out of a movie, which is how cool looking it is. You got the guys on the boat there traveling around. Yeah, I was infatuated with this set. I thought it was just really cool. All of the colors pop and they're just perfect. Like I wouldn't want anything to look different. I love pearl white temples too. And then right next to it, to the right of it, was just like this crazy Lego head guy, this space guy. I believe that might be a piece from the actual Lego movie, little reaction piece. In the center of the room was this giant table with multiple mocs connected into one. I didn't get all of the names. Some of them are called Lunar Industries Moonbase, created by Kaylee. There was another one called just Moonbase by Dave. Then you've also got the Apollo Lunar Observatory and Research Station, created by Troy. This makes into one giant mock into the middle of the table here with so much different stuff going on. Obviously, the main theme of space. I love that we kind of get into like a city kind of look into the middle here. Of course, we've got all these different vehicles and rovers that are rolling around. There's one of the cool little cards that explains what's going on just in front of us here. Again, I like the little buildings going on. Those are like little tunnels that people can walk in with the purple shaded pieces. Such a complex little like space station area. I'm not sure exactly what their main shtick is. Is this supposed to be like a planet on its own and this is kind of like their economy? We got a nice falcon right there. You guys see that? That was cool. Docked at the station. Yeah, lots of different fun stuff going on. If I was able to zoom in and get probably different angles in the directly in the middle center there, there's probably like a ton of little scenes happening with little minifigs. On the corner there, you can see they've dropped a load and it's falling apart there. That's like, I think, one of the tunnels. Yeah, awesome set. I love it when multiple people come together to put multiple different ideas together, and it works really well. Like you would think maybe it would be kind of like a hot mess, but this actually flows really well. It's very concise. I feel like everyone gets their own little story to tell, but it coming together, it looks like one big proper set, even though a lot of the pieces are different colored. Like this pink tennis court, space court looking thing is crazy. I was like, what? I was like, does it fit? Like, does it need to be there? No. There's the observatory. Cool looking piece. Not often that you see stuff like that. I like obviously the round dome shape of it. And yeah, different stations. When I get a lower view, you see just so much stuff going on even in the lower areas. You could probably spend a good 30 minutes just deciphering, looking at this mock here, trying to understand it, get a feel for it. Obviously, every time I've watched it on video, even after seeing it in person, I'm like, I miss that. That's cool. That's something new. Up on that top shelf there, you've got some cool Canadian Pacific trains. Obviously, I like to see some Canadian stuff going on. Down here on the table, we've got some tanks. This was called Tank Man, created by Jim. This was based off of a specific real life scene and scenario. Pretty awesome. I like to read the little history about it. But yeah, cool. This was the only one that was mostly military based that I would say in the convention. And obviously it's nice to see that it had some kind of significance. And the tanks themselves are really cool looking. He had 4 of them. So cool. Look at that. Wow, yeah. I think tanks are awesome. I would love to see more stuff like this eventually with some different kind of mocks maybe. I know it can be a bit of a touchy subject. Maybe not easy to convince parents that it's okay for kids to, but if it is history specific and it's a major part of history, we do have to learn it in some way. And going into the toy form might be a little bit easier to indulge in it and learn about it for kids especially. This small little mock with the big Moana Big Fig is called Polynesian Voyager. Cool little set. At first when I ran up to it, I was like, yo, this is from Moana. I know this. I'm like, this is so cool. But it's not Moana specific. It's actually just a guy out adventuring, having some fun. I think it's kind of cool actually to take some Disney figs with the faces and everything and actually create your own story outside of the Disney world. A+ for effort and creativity. I thought that was awesome. This big tower of a building is called the Fiber Trunk City, created by Adam. Really cool stuff here. Obviously, I like the different levels of this. This is more of a friend doll set, as you can see there. Not many of these sets at the event, so obviously I don't think friend dolls are like a huge hit, but it was awesome to see that someone did dedicate their own mock to the people, because they are pretty cool little minifigs. Obviously they're very unique in their own right, and they are still Lego official. But yeah, it was just awesome to see this. They've got different dragons flying around, and again, the levels to the building until it works its way all the way to the top there. Awesome, cool, so detailed, pretty small set too. This is one of the last few mocks that I was able to take a look at for the entire day, and I thought it was such a cool mock. It's called the Parade in Rainbow City, created by Nicole. This is one of the most colorful sets. I would say honestly a lot of the sets and mocks were very colorful, but this one in particular, obviously being named Parade in Rainbow City, it's got to have some rainbow colors. And let me tell you, we've got them all, every single one. Also, I love the little parade band, the musicians there in the middle. But yeah, look at all the colors. Like even the buildings have their own awesome colorways, and then they come together really well. Here's a little look-see of what the actual convention had looked like. I took a moment to just kind of look up away from the mocks so I could show you how big the building actually looked. And then I looked back down with my ADD and I was like, whoa, Thor's hammer is big, brother. And then yeah, look at all those little Marvel pieces and weapons and different collectible items with lots of lore. That is going to be it for the LEGO convention today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. That is it for Northern Bricks Convention Year 2. There is so many cool attractions. It was really awesome. Some really big ones. That one city is literally motorized and moves. That's crazy. I cannot believe that. But yeah, what an awesome convention. To compare it to Toronto, really cool. I loved it. I think it's very comparable. Is it better? I don't really know. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll catch you all in another video soon. Peace out.